Hey, what is up YouTube? It is Luke at Sketchy Bikes and I'm out in the shop today. And I'm going to do a little bit different video than bike content, but still I think it's cool and it probably applies to a lot of us guys who have motorcycles and camp and do things outside. So as you can see, my DRZ 400 is apart at the moment, doing some work on that, putting a USB plug in, relay for power, some of that led to me putting a plug in it, and then I'm gonna flush the brake fluid and do a little bit of work on that. And while I'm over here, we might as well get the tank off the bench. The tank's got a little chip. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. There's a little chip down there. A stone must have come up and hit it, or I hit it with something. I don't know. I'm gonna try to touch that little piece of paint up so we don't have any rust. And I'm looking for a good non-vacuum petcock replacement. So that thing's starting to go. It's not holding very well. I know you could put a Yamaha Raptor petcock on there, but then the fuel outlet's in the wrong spot. You gotta screw around with that. So I don't know if I'm gonna go that route or maybe like a DRZ E bike, I think, has a non-vacuum petcock. So that might be an option. Still doing a little research and trying to figure that out. But the point of this video, I'm gonna try an unboxing video today. So I got an email yesterday from Harbor Freight. They were having their flash sale, their one-day sales, and they had the Predator 2000 watt generators on sale. I paid, if you could see on this receipt, $379 for the normally $599 Predator 2000 watt super quiet inverter generator. So I thought that was a good deal. I've been looking for one, waiting for it to kind of come on sale for when we're camping. I could keep my batteries topped off. No, I probably can't power my AC unit. I don't think so. But I could keep the fan running, keep the heat going, and I could keep the batteries topped off and everything that I need to run my water for when we're off grid. So this is it right here. Check this thing out. Pretty cool. I had to go to 2 Harbor Freights to get it. The first one I went to, they said in Boardman, Ohio, they only had 5 of them, and they sold out rather quickly. It was towards the end of the day when I went. There's a little bit of damage on the box here. I figure that's probably just from handling it. I don't think that's a big deal. I'm not real concerned with it. This thing's pretty cool. It's 2000 max watt, 1600 running watts, quiet. I have some friends who have this. Yes, I know the Honda's better. Yes, I know there's other options out there. Yes, I have a bigger generator that I could run my air conditioner on my camper with. Yes, I know this isn't going to power my house in a power outage. None of those reasons are why I bought it. So I just wanted a small lightweight generator. Like I said, if you need power somewhere, you're in mid-Ohio, this is perfect generator for mid-Ohio. Keep our phones charged, run some electric appliances, camping, keep the batteries topped off. That's what I got it for. So should be a cool little generator. Let's open it up, see what all's in there. We're gonna figure this out together. So let me put the camera up on the bike lift there. There's a box. Packaging, like I said, besides the one little dent, seemed to be pretty good. It's taped up nice and well. There's a couple staples across the top. So, got my Milwaukee knife. I love this thing. It's got a nice screwdriver on it with actual blades that are bits. So you can pop that staple out. One on each side. Pick that off the floor before I step on it. What have we got here? All right, let me throw this staple away. Let's take a look at the documentation that comes with this thing. When you open this up, we have incorrect use could result in death. Don't fall asleep. Get carbon monoxide poisoning. Don't use it in your garage. Don't be an idiot. This thing also, I think, has a carbon monoxide alarm on it, so keep at least 20 feet away. All right, safety. That's gone. I'm going to follow the instructions on this. We're going to set it up the way they recommend. Next thing in here is a Predator service guide. Seems to be like a quick start. Here's the owner's manual. So we will take a look at that. I'm going to set that to the side for the moment. I have what appears to be a toolkit. Let's see here. Let's see what they give you in a Predator generator toolkit. It's very much like a motorcycle toolkit. We have some cables that I'm hoping that's for charging back. Yeah, that's not the normal out. That's an angled plug. So that's probably 12 volts coming out of the generator. We have pretty much spark plug wrench. We have an 8 and a 10 millimeter combo wrench. We have a Phillips and flat multi-bit Chinesium screwdriver. And we have the bar that goes in the plug wrench. So pretty typical, very similar to a Japanese motorcycle toolkit, with the exception of this guy. We'll set that to the side. And we have some styrofoam here. We'll pop level 1 off. All right, cool. Looks like bagged up pretty nice. We have a couple desiccant gel things. I like to keep these. Here's a pro tip for you. Take these, throw them in your toolbox. Keep your tools from getting rusty. They absorb moisture. All right, back to the Predator. Open that up. All right, I'm gonna set this down and pull this guy out of the box. All right, let's see if I can get this out without picking up the box. Ah, there we go. She was suctioned in there. Nothing else in the box. That's it. I'll tell you what, it's packaged very nice. Even, here's that dent that was on the box. Really didn't affect anything. You can see the dent was absorbed by this piece of styrofoam or whatever. So cool. Did a nice job on the boat ride over. So let's take a look at this first pass. Pretty nice little generator, very similar to the Hondas. Place I used to work, we used to use Hondas to back up power supplies for cable systems. Very similar type size. Before use, I give a video on safety. That's the gas hole. And we have to put some oil in it. I'm surprised it didn't come with oil. Like usually these will come with their own little can of some sort of oil. So we're going to take a look at that. Let's bring this up on the bench and see what we got. Carry this thing over. Not too heavy. I want to say it's about 40 pounds or so. On the front we have some controls, low oil, overload, output, it's an on-off switch, 20 amp breaker, parallel. You can parallel these together and get more amps out of them. This is that odd plug for the 12 volts. Let's see, there's a resettable fuse, resettable breaker here. We have two 120 volt, 20 amp plugs. You can tell they're 20 amp because they have a little additional slot. That's a true 20 amp plug. Carbon monoxide shut off. And there's a ground lug. I think you're supposed to technically ground these for safety, but I'm sure there's not a single person that does that. So let's see, you must, or they will come and find you. Check your oil every 8 hours, clean your air filter, add fuel stabilizer, run 15 to 20 minutes every 3 months, or it voids the warranty. So Harbor Freight asked me if I wanted a full replacement warranty for a year on this thing. It was $119. She's like, you can run it over, drop it off your truck, we'll give you a new one. It's a $379 generator. I'm not gonna buy a $120 warranty on it. So I will take my chances. I have enough friends who have these and they are decent machines for what we use them for. On the back side here, let's see. Got your pull start. More warning stickers about how this generator could kill you. More warnings up here. Gas only, 10% ethanol they say. So I will only run ethanol-free fuel in all my power equipment. That includes generators, chainsaws, weed whackers, the motorcycles. It just works way better. You won't have carburetor problems. It won't attract moisture. So you want to make sure you're running ethanol-free fuel in all your power equipment. So I'm going to reposition the camera here, and then we'll get into the instructions and find out what we have to do to get this thing running. Okay, I am back. I got the camera set up. I got the generator on the bench. I got an overhead view. Hopefully that works out well. I haven't done anything else. Still got all the stickers on it, everything. It's empty. But let's go. I'm going to take a look at the manual, and we're going to use the tools that it came with to do anything it recommends. Let's say you just picked one of these up somewhere, you had no tools on you, or you don't have a garage full of tools like I do. We're going to work with what they gave us. So first thing to do, obviously fill gas here, add engine oil. So I'm going to open the cap. Take this off. I guess I didn't have to open the cap for that. But then this cap, you want to pay attention, has an on and an off. It's a vented cap. If you don't vent the tank, the fuel won't flow. Looks like there's a nice little fuel strainer in here as well. So that should keep all kinds of crapola from getting down into your generator. Kind of cool that they think of that. I appreciate that. Fuel cap doesn't click or anything, just goes on tight. I don't even see a rubber seal on it, so it's just a plastic sealant. I would make sure you don't over tighten this. Looks like that's something you could probably damage if you did. Set that off to the side. So here's the manual. We're going to open this up, take a look. There's general specs on the unit, all the warnings about how this could kill you. Playing with gasoline could kill you, carbon monoxide could kill you, the plastic in the generator could probably kill you, electricity could kill you. There's a button coin battery, do not eat them. Drive an 8-foot ground rod into the ground, yeah, you're gonna do that. That could kill you. Here's a nice diagram of what everything is doing on the front. Someone like myself, it's fairly obvious. If you're new to equipment, I would study that. Let's see, we got spark plug arrestor cover or spark plug access covers on the top. That's kind of cool, so we could get to the plug through there. Air filter and oil is on the side. Your exhaust comes out the back, and your starter handle's on the other side. So let's see. I assume this thing ships full of oil because there was no bottle of oil. So let's see, pre-start checks, checking and filling oil. Your warranty is void if the engine crankcase is not properly filled with oil. It won't start with low or no oil, so they must have something wired into the ignition there with an oil switch. That's good to know. Make sure it's stopped and level, close the vent. On the right side of the generator, remove these 3 screws and remove the access panel. So clean the top of the dipstick, an area around it, remove the dipstick, turning it counterclockwise, check the oil level. It should be up to the edge of the hole as shown. So we want to have oil right to the edge of where the plug goes. Thread it back in, and replace the panel. We're going to use this Chinesium screwdriver that came with it. So we will unscrew the 3 Phillips head screws at the top. 1, 2, actually the Chinese screwdriver fits the Chinese Phillips heads rather well. So I'd say that is sufficient. See how this comes off if it just pops off. Okay, so we have some push tabs here. There's a little rubber grommet on each side. That's nice. A couple fingers that dip into these holes here, so that holds the bottom tight. I like that. Something I typically do on my motorcycles, anything that has a rubber thing like this, I'm probably gonna put a little bit of silicone on there just to preserve the rubber and keep it, you know, so it pops in and out nice. Looks like 312, check this. There's some foam in here. I assume that helps deaden the sound. So, decent piece of plastic, not too cheapy. Set that down here. Out of the way, let's take a look what the inside of this looks like. I don't know if I could get this turned around. So here's the oil fill on the bottom. Carburetor's up here. Kind of everything nice and compact. Everything looks okay. Wiring looks all sorted out. I'm going to flip it around. We'll check the oil. Now that I tilted it, let's see. Let that settle. I got a towel here in case we make a mess. Unscrew the dipstick. So there's our tiny little dipstick. It actually has one. Has some oil on the tip. Smells like oil. I'm gonna wipe it off. Reinsert it. Says it takes 10:30. So I would say it's not even registering on the dipstick right now. Now, could that be because I tilted it? Possibly. But I think this thing needs some oil in it. So let me grab some oil I got laying around here and we'll top it off. Make sure we started okay. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So we need to put a little bit of oil in this. I don't have 530, but I do have the nectar of the gods, the Shell Rotella. So Rotella is always the answer. And it has a motorcycle on it. So if it's good enough for air-cooled motorcycles, it's good enough for Chinese generators. So just to give this thing a chance, because I did tilt it up and tilt it back down to show you what was on there, I'm gonna check one more time. It is barely, I mean, the tip of that, I don't know if you guys could see that on camera. The tip of that is basically dry. So I'm gonna set that to the side. I have this cool funnel from another generator that I have. I think it was from a Champion that I have. It's a larger one. It's kind of cool, the angle's nice. But instead of trying to dump this Rotella in there, I'm gonna use my ratio right. I'm just gonna put, I can't imagine this thing takes all that much oil. I'm just gonna put a little bit in there. Don't want to overfill it either, so. And my plan on this, I don't know what sort of dead dinosaurs shipped in this thing, but my plan on this is to run it basically with this oil as like a break-in oil, and then change it out for probably Rotella, and then just continue to use good oil in it. I think one of the key parts of keeping one of these machines running, no matter what it is good oil. A lot of poor machining could be helped with the use of good oil. So, give that thing a wipe. I don't know how much we put in, not much, just a swig. See if that registers on the dipstick a little bit better. Thread it back in, bottom it out. Yeah, we're just on the low line, so better, but she's gonna need a little more. Unless this thing ships dry, I don't know. Maybe it ships dry. Maybe it's your responsibility to put oil in it. Maybe that's why people say these generators suck. Maybe they buy them and try to run them with low or no oil, even though there's a cutout switch on it. The good thing is, I think even if you overflowed this with oil, the way the oil fill is down here, there's a little lip on it, and it would actually just pour out of the side. So I don't think there's any harm in making sure you have enough oil in it. It's probably a little difficult to actually overfill it. So we run this back in, pop it out, and we're still low. I'd like to be in the middle between low and high, so we went up a little bit. This thing, I'd say it's dry. I've got to assume this thing shipped with no oil. So I'm gonna put a little more in. Suppose I should have been, if I was smart about this, I would have tracked how much oil I put in here so I would know for next time. See what she takes. Just a little bit at a time here. And the fact that it's not moving a whole lot, I guess it doesn't concern me that I'll overfill it. If we could get it in the middle between high and low for what we're doing here, that should be good to start it up with. Like I said, I'm going to run it, do a couple heat cycles, dump it, see if any sparklies are in the oil. I assume that's how you change the oil too. You must tilt this thing on its side and dump it, because I didn't see anything about an oil drain, unless that's further in the instruction sheet. Alright, clean the dipstick. Put that back in. Bottom it out. Man, we're still on the low side. Damn. She's taking more than I thought she would. Alright, we'll put a little more Rotella in there. I know it's real exciting watching someone fill a generator motor with oil from overhead. This makes for great YouTube, so I might fast forward this a little bit. This funnel's sweet though. Funnel makes it a lot better. Like I said, I think that came with my Champion. I don't know. I don't know if you could buy a funnel like that. Run this back in. See where we're at now. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. I don't know if you can tell. We're right about there. I'm going to give it like one more swig, and I'll feel pretty good about this. So, I'd say that ought to do it. Pour that in. So they're not kidding when they say check the oil. That's the first thing you do. It's a good way to ruin your motor. Sure, somebody's gonna go in there and tell me you can't use Rotella. It says 1030 and you put 1540 in there. She'll be fine. It's better than no oil. Even says on there heavy duty engine oil. It's for a diesel. Gotta be good for a little China generator motor. Let's see here. Oh yeah, we're good now. Perfect. So I should have tracked how much I put in there, like I mentioned. Unfortunately, I didn't, so it are what it are. Clean this out of here. I'll clean this up after. No need to watch that. Set that to the side. Put the cap on the old Roteller. All right. So that's good. Your spark plug's in here. I'm going to leave that. I don't know. Should we check the spark plug? Let's see. Does that cap pop out? So you would have to take this off anyways to check the spark plug. Man. Yeah, that thing's tight. There we go. All right, spark plug wire off. Let's see what kind of plug they give us. We're here, right? Now I know why they give you that long spark plug socket. Insert your bar. There's no way the plug's that loose. All right, I'm not on it. To get down over it. This thing actually has a rubber in it. So, push the rubber down over the plug. Oh, there she is. Damn. They put all the foot-pounds on that one. Let's see. Well, maybe it's not a bad idea to check your plug. You're in here, right? So. Plug's still not out. What's up with that? Holy cow. That thing is cranked in there. Jeez. Someone torqued the hell out of that thing. I don't know that I like that. It's a spark plug, fellas. Probably a good thing we took that out before it got hot and cycled. And I guess they wanted to make sure it wasn't coming out on the boat. Let's see. All right. You're kidding me. It's still not loose. All right. Let's give this a little squirt of WD-40. It's like not popping over there. Watch me break my new generator. That'll make for great YouTube. All right, we're in. I'm telling you, I cannot get that out. That's crazy. Let's see if we pull on it. Holy cow. Dude, that spark plug is in there. Oh, there it goes. That is nuts. I'm glad I checked this. It's like someone zipped that in with a freaking impact gun. Wow. There it is. Spark plug at 1,500 foot-pounds. It's a, what do we got here? A torch. It's a torch. A5 RTC. So, not sure what a torch is. I wonder if they give the gap in the book. I think the gap's supposed to be on this thing. Fuel spark plug type gap 24 to 31 thousandths. Grab my gap checker. Let's see what this is. All right. we're measuring in at 25 thousandths. So cool. Plugs in spec. Crazy tight though. Do not like that. So I don't know. People debate on putting anti-seize on plugs or not. I'm not going to. Although I'm kind of a fan of it, especially if this thing's gonna sit outside, but I'm gonna use their crap Wohler wrench. Seems to bottom out nice. I'm gonna put it back in the proper way. Tighten it up. Give it about a quarter turn. Make sure you don't cross thread it. It's kind of an odd angle. You know what? I don't like that. Let me try to start it with my fingers here. Look down the hole. Anytime you put in a spark plug, you totally want to go off of feel. Just let it sit in the threads and start turning. It should turn effortlessly. There, I got it. Once you get it going in, you know you're good. You could put a wrench on it, but never, ever, ever go reefing on a spark plug there. It's a good way to ruin your day. All right, so where did the other part of my cheap ass wrench go? All right, so spark plug is threaded in with my fingers as tight as I could get it. I'm gonna put this here. Still kind of going with no effort. Unless I'm not down on it, I'm not down on it. Still using 2 fingers here. All right, so I've reached a point with 2 fingers. That thing is snug right there. I'm gonna give it a, man, that's no tighter than that. The crush washer has already been crushed, so I say she's in there. That should be satisfactory. Take the wire, put it back on. Make sure you push that down. It's got a nice little cap over top. Looks like it's made to keep some of the water off. Replace the access cap. It'll just kind of fit in there. Okie dokie, cool. Everything looks good in there. So, we have oil. We've checked the spark plug, which wasn't necessary, but we wanted to do that. Let's see, does this see how much oil it takes? 13 fluid ounces it takes. So, I don't know. We put in, what's my ratio rate? I was filling it about to the, what is that? 1/8 of a pint. How many? That was 2 fluid ounces. And I filled it, what, 3 or 4 times? So I put in 8. What's it take? 13. So it's shipped with a little bit of oil in there to top it off. So, all right, cool. Checking and filling fuel. Clean the fuel cap, take it off, remove debris, put your ethanol-free fuel in there. Calls out 87 octane or higher. Replace the fuel cap. Fill tank completely before first use. Fuel tank needs to be completely fueled or completely full to prime the carburetor. So, starting procedure on this thing. You open the vent. We'll fill it up with gas here in a minute. But you switch the vent to the on position. That allows fuel to flow. Move the economy switch to the off position, which that is on off. Turn the combination switch to start. Run start, that's choke. Grip the starter loosely and pull several times to allow gasoline to flow into the engine's carburetor. Then pull the starter gently until resistance is felt. Allow the cable to retract and pull it quickly. Let's see. Allow the engine to run for several seconds. Wait for the output lights to light up. Move the combination switch to the run position. If you move it too fast, it could stall the engine. Allow the engine to run at no load for 5 minutes with no load after each startup so the engine can stabilize. carbon monoxide, 12 volts, yada yada, connecting loads to the generator. It's all basic stuff. Cleaning lubrication schedule, let's see. Check engine oil before each use. I'm sure everybody's popping the cover off and doing that. Check the air filter before each use. Hopefully everybody's looking at that. Change it every 6 months or 100 hours of use. Every 3 months or 50 hours of use to change the oil. Air cleaner, spark plug, adjust idle speed, blah blah blah. If it's dusty, do it more. So pretty basic stuff. Here we go. Let's see. Changing the oil. Move the access panel. Clean the top of the oil fill plug. Place the generator on stands with the oil fill centered over a drain pan. Set the generator back down on a level surface. Check the oil level. So you do literally dump the oil out of the side where you fill it. So that's pretty easy. Air filter maintenance. There's a cover down here. Check that. Brand new. I'm not going to mess with it. Spark plug maintenance. The cap here. Move spark plug. Use a wrench. Inspect spark plug. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, it says apply anti-seize material to spark plug threads. Install the new plug. Finger tighten, and then 1/16 of a turn for a non-gasket style. So the factory did not have anti-seize on there. They're telling you to use it. Interesting. Not going to worry about it now. Next time I'll do that. Add dielectric to the spark plug boot protector. That was not on there, which I have. I do recommend that all the time. I typically do that, but so we could go ahead and do that. Pretty simple otherwise. Set this to the side. Let's put the cover back on the generator. So hopefully you guys can see what's going on here. Gonna insert, oh, you know what I wanted to do? Put a little bit of that silicone. This is a silicone dielectric, and I use this on like the spark plug boots as well. Just get some on your fingers, put a little bit on there, a little bit on there. That'll keep the rubber nice and clean and soft and supple, so we don't break these little tabs off next time we go in there. All right, looks like what we need to do is insert the panel. There's a hole in the center. Where are we at here? So rest on the bottom. Oh, am I not down all the way? I wasn't down all the way. Alright, you gotta be over it. Over it, under it. This thing has an orientation that I am not picking up on right now. The center tab's a little tricky. There we go. Once you get that center one in, you can pop those in. Got a nice clear detent. Put the screws back in. Oop. It's hilarious, this screwdriver. It's like from a child's toolkit. They spare no expense. That's how you could sell this generator for $379, and they probably still made 50% margin on it. Let's see. All right, she's buttoned up, empty. I'm gonna reposition the camera. We're gonna fill it up, and we're gonna do a cold start on this thing and see how it runs. Oh, what's this? Little piece of plastic under there. Looks like something off the molding. I don't think anything broke. Looks like something from the injection mold. So I'm gonna stop it. We'll fill it up with gas. We'll go outside, start up, see how it works. All right, let's put some gas in this generator now. I've got my ethanol-free gas. By the way, these gas cans are pretty awesome. Got a nice little button on them. They actually pour well. They're the best gas cans I've found. So it says this thing holds 1.27 gallons, and you need to fill it to the top to prime it for the initial use. So I'm gonna take the cap off here, and we will add some gasoline. This is ethanol-free Rec 90, and I always add a little bit of Marble Mystery Oil to my ethanol-free Rec 90. I had an old timer who worked on tractors tell me that, and I don't know whether it works or not. It seems to be a decent practice. So I can see the fuel gauge on here for a half tank. It's rising. We're almost full. Getting there. It's about full right there. I can see the fuel level in the bottom of the filler. So cap that, put the cap back on. I'm not going to over tighten it. There's a little spill catch here too. All right, I'm back. We're outside. We got the generator outside. Ready to go. So we got it all gassed up, oiled up. We're gonna follow the instructions on it. The starting procedure up here. Open the vent on the cap. Check, that's done. Turn the economy switch to off. Economy switch, on, off, check. Turn the switch to start. Switch is on, start, choke, check. Pull start handle, wait for output light. Slowly switch to run. So we need to prime it a little. I'm gonna set this thing up here. Hopefully y'all can see that. So we're on start. I'm gonna give it a few pulls. Let's see, which way does this want to pull out? This way, straight out, not towards you, straight out it looks like. Yep, so a couple primer pulls. Oh my God, did you see that? That's nuts. I was just doing it as a primer pull and it started immediately. That's pretty awesome. Wow, I didn't even pull that hard. It's crazy. All right, let's see. I can't see. Reset, run, off. I switched it to off that time. That was me. That wasn't the generator. Give it a pull. Okay, that was the generator that time. Put it on choke again. Maybe it needs to get some fuel in it. Turn switch to start. Pull handle. Wait for output light. Then slowly turn to run. Output light. Okay. All right, what's going on here? Off, run, choke. The output light's not coming on. So let me turn this. So overload light's coming on, but output light is not. Make sure these overloads are pushed in. Run, start. Output came on that time. It went green. I missed it. All right, let's try it again. I'm going to take the cap off just in case it's not venting well. Start in that position. Come on, you can't impress me like that and then fail. All right, we're on start, choke. Really smoking. It's definitely choked. You can smell that. Wait a minute, do we have a low oil situation here? Let's see. Overload. Got a low oil light coming on. All right, let's check the oil again. I'm gonna stop this. All right, this is good. This is real world stuff. So you can see I was trying to start it. I had everything in the proper positions. Start, economy off, all my overloads were okay. It was starting, it was running. You're supposed to get this output light to come on before you switch this to run. What I saw was a very slight flicker of the low oil light. So we filled the oil till it was in the middle of the mark. I assumed the crankcase had some oil in it from shipping or production or whatever. So what we're gonna do, just to make sure, maybe it wants to be full, she's still thirsty. We'll take the cover back off, we're gonna add a little more oil. We're gonna get that oil level up to the high mark and see. That's good. If this thing's sensitive to the oil pressure switch and we're at half full and it's tripping, that's okay. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So I'm gonna open this up, we'll take another look and we'll adjust the oil level. All right, let's pop the screws out. See what we're working with here for oil levels. I can't believe how quickly it fired up though. It really did start like instantly. Must be that torch spark plug. Had all the sparkies going nuts in there. Torching the fuel. You could tell it was running under choke though. There was a lot of smoke. All right. Let's see. This should be a little bit better than the first time. You can see from the side. Put a little cloth here. Grab another rag just in case. I typically spill things. We're gonna open up the oil fill. I will wipe it off. Reinsert. Back it off. And I don't know if you could tell, but I'm indicating we're right here. Full is up here. So if it's tripping off on low oil pressure, that is a very sensitive switch, which like I said, might be okay. It'll protect your equipment. I'm going to grab the funnel that I had been using. Fits nice in the oil fill. Grab some more Rotella. Do another little bit of Rotella in there. Let's see. What's that? That is about 2 ounces, which is kind of what I was doing before. If you hear some background noise, the furnace just kicked on. It's March, but it's still cold here in Northeast Ohio. It's like 40 some degrees today. We had a couple of teasers where the weather was nice, but nope, we can't have nice things in Northeast Ohio. Oop, I'm getting a little leakage there out of the bottom, which makes me want to believe this thing's probably full, or I'm just making a mess. All right, I'm gonna wipe this off. Cap out of the way. Clean the edge of this. I don't know, you can see the oil's kind of pulling up there on the edge. We're nice and level. Got a plain dipstick, empty dipstick, so that back in. Take it back out. Oh, look what happened. That is absolutely full. And a little bit of weepage here coming out the oil fill when I take the dipstick out. So those 2 ounces definitely got up to the full mark. So I'm gonna say actual volume of oil in the motor is not an issue. If that switch, or if that light continues to come on, my assumption is the oil pressure switch is not properly working. Or oil, I don't think that's pressure even. That might be oil level switch. I don't know where that's wired to. I see something on the side of the block there. That's a ground actually, because that's the same yellow wire as back here. But I don't know, maybe that was enough to make it angry. All right, move this stuff out of the way. That over there. Let's get the cover back on. Here's the cover. This little triangle here, the cover goes around it. That's what I was fooling with the first time. Just have to get things properly lined up here. There we go, like so. Bada boom, bada bang. There we go. There she goes. Nice and tight. Tight like a tiger. What movie is that from? Alright. Here's a Chinese DeWalt screwdriver. Black and orange, or black and yellow? Black and orange. That's so Rigid brand. I have a couple Rigid tools, nothing cordless, they're all corded, they're pretty nice. I'm a DeWalt guy myself though. Alright, she's buttoned back up, we confirmed oil level. Let's take this back outside, see if it'll run. Alright, we're back outside. All the switches are in the same position. Got the vent to on, that to run, eco off. Recheck the oil level, everything should be good. And give her a pull and see what happens. Alright, motor load's on. Output light is on. Slowly move it to run. I think it was the oil level. This thing's remarkably quiet for what it is. I want to check voltage. I brought my meter. Let's see. Let's see. See what we got here. $122.9. 122.9. Switch to DC. 19, 18 volts, 12 volts. What do we got here? What's going on here? That's 18, 19 volts DC. It's supposed to be a 12 volt plug. That's a little high, but maybe when the generator settles down, it'll be okay. Gonna let that run for a little bit. I brought this light out. This light is a 40-watt work light. So 40 watts, that should be nothing on this generator at 1600 running watts, but something to test it with. We'll give it a try. We'll let it run for a little bit first. Sit that there. Do a little walk around. You hear the sound from the back. Exhaust port. It's moving blue throwing in my clutch. Too bad that. Quite a bit wider from the front. actually have a sound meter for what I do for work. I mean, really not too bad. I don't know, 20 foot away, maybe 25 foot away. Does not sound bad at all. I don't know, pretty happy with it. Started incredibly easy. The oil switch definitely did what it's supposed to do. So if it was tripping and I was half full, I should never run this thing low on oil. So I think that's kind of a nice safety factor that they built into the design of this thing. Let's see here. We could try the, try to plug the light in. I'm gonna flip this around. Let's plug the light in. Light's plugged in, it's currently off. Turn it on. Generator didn't even hiccup. Let's put it on eco mode. Eco mode's here. I think that kicks the throttle down. Oh yeah, listen to that. Way quieter. That throttles the motor down till there's a demand on it. Let's see if the 40 watts did not throttle it up. Pretty cool. I would imagine that's such a small load on a 1600 running watt machine that we don't have to worry about that. Shut it off. Keep that off. It's back at full speed. So it seems to me like it kicks it down. About half speed maybe, I'd say. And then it probably senses the amp draw and then kicks back up. So pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. All right, guys, the generator's still running, and I was trying to find a way to tax it a little more, put a little bit more of a test on it. What better way to test the Harbor Freight generator than with an old school Harbor Freight heat gun? I don't know if you could see that. The rating on this heat gun is 1500 watts. So it's a 1600 watt running generator. Let's give this a try. I'm gonna turn the camera around. Alright, heat gun, 1500 watts, it's plugged in. Let's kick it on stage 1 and 2. Flip it to 1. Ooh, look at that. Okay, I assume that's half, probably 750 watts. Hit it to 2. There you go. 1500 watts on the Predator 2000. 1600 running watts. Heat gun is running fine. Nice and hot. I put it back down. It's off right now. Let's throw it in eco mode. I do not have the light on, it's still plugged in, but it's turned off. I've got it in eco mode. Let's try the heat gun on stage 1. Cool. Generator ramped up. Shut it off. Back down in eco mode. I'm going to try to jump right to level 2 of the heat gun, so that should be the full 1500 watts. It's on. It's hot. Cool. I thought that was a good test. I was looking for something. Everything now that we have is LED. Everything's efficient. All my tools are battery powered. Oh, my glasses need to adjust. Let's come inside so it's a little bit quieter. But it's actually hard to find a load to put on a generator unless you have something that draws heat like that heat gun. All of our lighting is so efficient now. Our flashlights, our cameras, our batteries, everything's a USB-C. So that's gonna be perfect for what I want it for. Just have a nice small generator I could throw in the car, I could throw in the truck, I could take around, we could have a little power, we could keep devices charged, I could keep my batteries charged on my camper. That's really the main reason I wanted that thing. So I'm happy with it. I call that a success. Hopefully you guys like and share this. Check me out on Instagram, sketchy_bikes.com. I got to get back on making some more content. I've never done an unboxing video. I thought it was kind of cool. There's our open box. I wanted to take you guys along with me, and it was cool. I think it was a good experience. We saw how the generator didn't work, even though I went the extra mile to check the oil level, and I thought it was okay. We were a little shy. I thought it would run, honestly. So, good stuff. Remember, like, subscribe, check me out. I still got my CB750 project in the background. I need to get back on that. I'm waiting on some motor stuff, some parts. I got my DRZ 400. Might make a little video on that. I got to touch up the tank, doing some electrical work on it. So, staying busy. Like, subscribe. You'll know when the videos come out, and I appreciate you watching.